Fuck it, dude. No condom.
No condom. We're going raw dog.
Raw dog this fucking pod.
Could I get
Good afternoon.
my phones in?
So what? So you can hear yourself speak?
Yeah, well, and I can hear you, too.
Oh,
You can
in
hear
that
us.
case, yes.
I'm trying to listen and be accountable.
No, you're not. You don't like to, you hate listening.
Do you want to tell your accountability story?
No, the
Adam
time
told
is,
us a funny story.
No. The time is now for me to be accountable.
No, the time is now for you to be funny, because that's your job.
Well, okay.
So tell the story.
What's the story?
The one you're referencing with.
Oh, it's just a thing I saw on Twitter.
So say it.
It was a black guy saying, "Who Kurt Cobain?" And
No, do the whole thing. Say it the way you said it before.
It was a headline that said, "Kid Cudi wears a dress on SNL in tribute to Kurt Cobain," and then a black guy responded, "Who's Kurt Cobain?" And a black lady said, "How about you be accountable and Google it your own damn self?" And I thought that was funny because
It is funny.
she was claiming that he was asking her to do his emotional labor.
A lot of you at home may be like, "Oh, well, he bullied him to tell that story, and then he's not laughing, and he's doing it."
Well, I got a lot of laughs.
We're
Before the show,
Before
I got some
we're
smiles.
smiling.
I'm smiling right now, and I
I'm
laughed
getting
harder.
loving smiles.
Earlier,
I'm
we
getting
were-
loving smiles.
Earlier, we enjoyed it a lot.
It's just a thing I saw. Really. Yeah.
But it was kind of pulling teeth to get him to tell it again. So
I didn't know you wanted me to tell.
You
it
could have
again.
just performed it like the
I
first
would
time.
love.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I would laugh if somebody shows effort on this show.
Yeah.
Even if I've heard it before, I'm laughing.
I know.
That's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a team
So
player.
if you had done it, if you had just tried it
I
again,
should have
have
done
a-
it.
we
with
have a
Gus.
hype
Nick wouldn't have done shit, but I'd be over
Yeah,
here
I should have done it
cackling.
with Gus.
I would have given
Yeah.
you my full-throated support of saying that's funny.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's my version of laughing very hard.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me,
The other version of me laughing very hard at something is when I laugh very hard at it.
Yes.
But that's
There's no rhyme or reason to that, really. You
Yeah.
know, unless
that one doesn't make sense.
yeah.
yeah.
But you know. So anyway,
There was something else.
Well, I should have performed it better.
It's
I
okay.
just yeah. Okay.
that's all right. Just know I'm here to help put anything over the top.
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's part of
Is that-
part of what I appreciate
a
about
little alley oop over to stop.
That's right.
Wasn't
I'm throwing.
What is,
hoops.
was it? A
I'm-
Muslim was the first person to do that. That's why that's called that.
the
The
alley-oop.
Yeah.
yeah. Are they?
Well, it's an Arabic word that means to throw a basketball to your
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ali.
And
Oh,
then
yeah, I guess Ali. Wait, no, Muhammad Ali. I guess I always think Ali is the first as Aladdin.
Mhm.
Ali is the second as Muslim.
Yeah, that's true.
Arab and Muslim is not the same thing. Many will believe that.
Oh, I think it's 100% the
Yeah.
same thing.
No,
Who you been
no
listening
chance.
to? Reza, what's his name? Reza
Dan Evil?
Aslan. Yeah. That guy had
Resident
such
Evil.
a that guy had such a nice run. It's like there'd be like a Muslim guy that kills like 7,000 people, and he's like, it's racist to pay attention to that. They would just have him on CNN
Uh-huh.
to be like, what
who's
about
that guy?
He's
He was like
he's a theologian.
He's
that
a
wrote-
religions expert.
Yeah,
Mm.
but he would come on to defend Islam every time, which is like it's sort of counterproductive.
Yeah.
You know, because it's better to just not say anything.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You don't want because
They're
he's
putting
They figured that out now. That guy killed all those people in Colorado,
Yeah.
and the news is just like, let's just not. But just not pay attention to it. Then you
Uh-huh.
don't. There's no reason to say like why it's not.
right.
know,
You're just
Islam is a
attracting
problem.
attention to it
Yeah.
because everybody knows it's not. You know,
Yeah.
most Muslim guys are just
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
like, for example, the guys that have the Egyptian seafood shop by me,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Abu Kir Seafood.
Great guys.
Great
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Great guys, you can be friendly with them, but you know they probably have a bomb.
No. That's not.
Just a rainy day bomb.
There's
just
no
in
rainy
case.
day bomb. They're
Uh-huh.
good Americans. They pay their taxes and they
Mhm.
provide very high quality seafood.
Of course.
And they'll cook it for you any
They're
way you
human
want.
beings
Grilled,
like anybody
broiled,
else.
fried.
And you know
I'm
that's
just
a
saying
big,
I
that's
wouldn't,
themed.
I wouldn't share a plane with them.
I would share a plane with no hesitation.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
But the truth
And
is,
Would they share a plane with you?
Yes,
Because
why?
you're a member
I'm
of
gonna-
another anti-plane night community.
No,
Yeah.
no.
the gas guzzlers.
Yeah.
No, fuck off.
Can you
both
imagine
of
you're
you.
on a plane and then a fat,
either
like a
Muslim or fat
morbidly
guy.
obese guy with a turban gets on, and he's like, "This is my seat," and he's sitting next to you.
Yeah, and you have to choose.
And you're like, can I move?
Because he's fat.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. He's fat. I'm not racist.
Which ones were? And
Yeah.
you're just explaining to the stewardess. It's like because he's a big fat guy, and you turn around and the plane is all fat women.
Oh,
no.
And you're like, actually, it's because he's a Muslim.
Yeah.
And then there's a sitting ovation.
Uh-huh.
The cheeks are clapping.
Mm-hmm.
A sitting ovation tonight for
Oh, that'd be nice.
for the release of the first edible personal narrative book here at Strand. My Body, My Words.
I would love to eat a big ass jelly book.
by Dawn Beth Custard. She was a columnist at the Gay Scream for years, and then she wrote on Hello Sexy.
A Peacock original.
Yeah,
A Peacock original about a woman who weighs 750 pounds.
she wrote for the blog Cuntlicious for years, covering girl superhero movies for Cuntlicious. And now her book, Honk Honk, Where's the Toilet, is being released. Some huge band.
Yeah, but she'd probably have good lipstick. I'll give her that.
I just want to say your book meant so much to me, and just especially Chapter 3, Moo.
The whole chapter is one M and then 5 million O's.
5 million moos. And your story about identifying with the chocolate cow in the old Hershey's chocolate milk commercials.
Yeah.
And you said, how come in this instance the brown cow at that job is special, but in the real world the brown cow is seen as always 10 minutes late to work.
The lowest member of
the
society.
lowest member of society.
Yeah.
And
So
if we
like-
could just convince people that chocolate milk in real life, and then I couldn't
And
read
then
the
you
rest of
got
it because there was
sleepy.
barbecue sauce that somehow got printed into the book.
A big fat handprint. Of
There was a bunch of
barbecue sauce and
Chick-fil-A
fat
Polynesian
cheek.
sauce all over there.
And it made it to every single copy somehow.
There's
Yeah.
a grease stain that just makes the page translucent.
Dude,
It's like glass.
translucent nachos, a chip. Is there anything better? Just to make myself clear, I am an ally with this fictional character.
Yeah.
And I will say, my dick gets so hard when a nacho chip is translucent and as a bonus, extra salty. Come on.
That is nice.
Isn't that fucking a nice little bite?
That sounds tasty.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I had it. I miss just going to town on a fucking Chipotle bag of chips.
Oh yeah. The homemade chips.
They do a
with
good
the,
job.
with the like the translucent bag from all the oil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was really on my shit, I would squeeze a little extra lemon and put even more salt, so that it would stick to the lemon. And then we're talking
Because you like aromatics.
I love aromatics.
You know what I did recently?
He's a seasoning
Is
man.
I was on the Eastern Shore and I did the put malt vinegar on French fries and then cover them
Classic.
in
So
Old
good.
Bay. Yeah.
Classic move.
So
Yeah.
good.
A class, not something I want to do every time, but every like.
They were in like a cup, and I poured enough malt vinegar in there that the vinegar like kind of soaked on the
Yes.
bottom.
Respect.
And then my cousin was like, "Geez, you want some vinegar with your fries?" And I was
Oh.
like, "Shut up, you fucking cunt."
He got
Yeah.
you or she got
and then,
you.
yeah, no, she didn't because she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Wow.
then you
That's
held
how
her
much
down.
vinegar you need.
Yeah, I
I'm
like it
thinking
when they get
ruined the
soggy
French
with
fries.
vinegar.
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
them wet.
Still warm but soggy.
Mhm.
I can't. I gotta be honest. I don't have a stayed method because each time it's like a new flirtation. Because I'm not vinegar on my fries is not a go-to thing. But when I have, it's
No,
like
it's
usually
a-
you're on.
it's a
you're
seafood
smelling the
When in
salt.
Rome.
Exactly, and that's why I haven't developed a stayed methodology.
Mm-hmm.
It changes every time. One time, you want to have those at the beach. Also, at a sporting event can be nice. You're watching
London style.
London town.
That's how they do it. Fish and chips, malt vinegar. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they like it that way.
Never been. I can't. I wonder.
Cheerio.
Yeah.
Fruit Loop.
I want to get my dick sucked by a
Frosted
bitch with
Flakes.
some weird British teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
British teeth. Big tits.
Big tits.
Is that going on in that
and a
one
little
too?
gap tooth.
Do they have
A
big tits
Union
there?
Jack tattoo
Huh?
directly above her pussy. And then it's the hair is grown in, so it's a hairy Union Jack.
No. The hair.
repulsive.
I forgot to shave me flag over me fanny. No,
Sorry if the Queen's strops is a bit hairy, isn't it?
the pussy hair will be like that. The beef eaters. It'll be like one big long furry strip.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Marge's hair, like Black Marge's hair.
Just
It's crazy.
English women all shave their pussy hair like a top hat.
yeah, that'd be good too. Those are the options.
That used to
Union
drive
Jack.
me insane that they'd wear Marge hats when I was a kid. I was like, that's
What's
the
the-
same
It
thing.
would drive you absolutely bonkers.
It would drive me batty. Yeah.
I don't like that they call
It's
a pussy
mental.
a fanny though.
It's
mental.
mental. It's mental that the Queen has gods.
Oh, R.I.P. to Prince Philip.
Yeah, he was a big fan.
He loved the show.
I know you guys get mad at me for names.
So you like him because he's Greek?
He's not fucking Greek. I'm pissed off at that.
He's proper Greek. I
No,
think.
he's not. These cocksuckers
You just cut the
installed.
technical difficulties.
These motherfuckers installed some bullshit German fucking Anglo
They're all
kings
German, right?
after the fucking revolution. And these cocksuckers, we booted their bitch asses, of course.
But his real name is Philippos.
No, it is.
Philippos.
Look at that motherfucker and tell me he's Greek. He's not fucking
Philippos of Lesbos.
Yeah.
Greek. No, he's not from
He comes
Lesbos.
from the lesbian.
That's
island.
where my grandmother's from.
Yeah, I know your grandma's from there, dude.
Prinsasos Philippos. is his
No,
name.
shut the
I
fuck
know
up. You
your
guys can shut
grandma's
the
from
fuck
there.
up. She's
How
not.
could you
My
be, how
grandma's
could
not
you be
dyking,
more Greek?
But I'm good for
than,
if she
like,
was, it'd be cool.
Not having a job, you're just famous for fucking some rich woman.
Your cousin, which
Yeah.
is not
Yeah,
what we do.
he's my hero, dude.
He's just some incestuous fucking bum.
That's
No.
not Greek. That's pretty. You're talking about British
No, we're talking
guys.
about Greek guys. Dude.
Any guy that's getting paid off of a
Yeah.
rich woman
and then
is my guy.
he just goes on vacation and says racist stuff, but in like a kind of like what the hell is this guy made out of? Coffee beans?
That's a real.
That's a
ass
very
dude.
Mediterranean style racism.
Yeah.
No,
He's doing
it
it.
is. That's a
Just
Mediterranean.
sneaking it in where you're like, that's racist, but it's clever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though.
Good on
He
you.
comes from a point of turning your nose down. You know, he's royalty. He's got more advantage. All this kind of
Yeah.
shit. Whereas Mediterranean racism, it's
But he's not royalty. He fucked up.
no.
I mean, he is nobility.
He is. He wouldn't have
He
married
is.
the queen if he.
I know,
was
I know,
entitled.
I know how that works, but it's like so many other people could have gotten that P and
Yeah.
become.
But
not
maybe
even-
he had the best D.
what do they call it when you're in his position? Because you're not the king of England. You're like
The crown prince.
the is that it?
No, the
prince?
crown prince is the guy that's going to become king. I think.
Yeah, so
No,
you're
the
you're
You
you're
fucking
like
idiot.
you're
No, the
like
crown prince is married to the
No.
queen.
king regent or something.
I
They
don't
got a
give a
name
fuck.
for it like that, or
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm right, and I'm not going to look it up.
I'm not gonna look it up either.
So I'm right.
We'll leave that to the experts at home.
and then
the
everybody,
geniuses.
everybody's sucking Meghan Markle's dick for being, I don't
her
know, she was like
big
a
black dick.
well, she was like she was like a janitor or something.
She was she played a janitor on Suits.
She was a janitor who married, the prince or something.
The other bitch
No.
though too was
But this guy, who's just some Greek pedophile,
he's not
playboy.
Greek. He is her fucking cousin. They're related. He has no Greek bloodlines.
Yeah,
Sure,
what
he was
makes it
born-
more Greek other
This
than
guy-
marrying
this
his
guy would have
cousin?
been-
That's
fucking-
not Greek. That's
Yes, it
hillbilly American shit.
This
No,
guy would have
that's-
been fucking like stealing vending machines all over the seaside in a fucking
That would be a Greek guy. Yes.
in some like 3-cylinder pickup
Yeah.
truck with his brother Eustos.
Yeah.
That would have been his life.
The Eustos is not a Greek name. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
it is.
You're
Yeah.
close, but
This
I
guy would
I
be-
give you credit because you tried to create one from bits and pieces of Greek names you do know.
This guy would
that's
be,
called being an artist. That's called painting a picture of a schizophrenic world.
This guy would be roofing tourists on an island while LMFAO is playing.
Let me take you. Show you the sunset. It's
I
so
show you the
beautiful.
real Greece.
The real Greece, away from everybody. This is for Yeah, just I'll go with Eustos for you, my friend.
Mhm.
Eustos's Rape Cove.
Dude, Eustos gets so much pee on vacation.
Yeah. I do have a cousin that he does not rape, but he does fuck quite a bit of tourist pussy
Mm-hmm.
on the beach. He's like a 37-year-old man who like
He's
can't,
still waiting for summer break.
who literally works at bars on summer. I think he finally has a career now. I think he finally grew out of it, but his like main earning years were like during the fucking financial crisis. So he just went. He didn't have a job. He just lived with his parents, and then he would just go to a heavily tourist island, Eos, and he would work at a rock bar, and then he would
rock and roll.
The Pegasus. Shouts out to them.
Nice.
I think they went out of business.
God damn it.
But he would absolutely get his uncirced cock sucked by a lot, a nice amount of Australians were over there.
That's those are the ones that are going around the world giving out pussy.
Just giving pussy away.
Yeah. That's their primary export because it's a very rocky island.
Yeah, the agriculture's not great.
They can't really grow much
but the
there.
pussy farms are
They just send pussy around the world.
Are working overtime. And if we'll take a couple of shipments here if you want to send some over from Sydney or Melbourne. We'll take some, or even Bris Vegas. Let's not forget.
Oh, you can't forget Bris Vegas.
Fuck, dude.
Damn, I've been trying to remember something for 5 minutes and I can't. Oh, that's it. I watched The Time to Kill. Which which I've been meaning to rewatch for a while now, and it is so much dumber than I remember it being. Hilarious movie. Did you catch it?
I've never seen it.
I saw the clips you sent us in the group
I
chat.
did see how sweaty Matthew McConaughey.
They're all They're
was.
sweating constantly because it's the South. But it's 1996, and like the movie opens with this like racial hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
But all the black people are like sharecroppers.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like naked and living in
In
like
1996?
in a shanty town.
Yeah.
And
It's set in 96.
Yes.
It doesn't just come out in 96.
no, it's set in 96. And what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson is like he's a guy whose daughter is raped by like two racists in like broad daylight. They just rape her or whatever, and then they just then they go hang out at Perkins.
Nice.
And fucking Charles S. Dutton is the sheriff, and he's like, "I've had it with you boys," whatever. Like they arrest him, and Samuel L. Jackson's like, "Oh, they're never gonna they're not gonna be prosecuted." So they don't even stand trial while they're like on their way to court. They have this shot of him where he's hiding in the janitor's closet, and he looks like he's in the jungle. There's just like shadows on his eyes, like he's like an enraged tiger.
Yeah, you just hear like,
and then he like kicks down the doors of the janitor's closet and mows them down in slow motion with a machine gun.
that fucking rocks.
Yeah,
Salute.
Yeah, and then the movie's about like fucking Matthew McConaughey trying to get like him off, and then it goes from there to Kiefer Sutherland, who's playing the like fucking like the brother of one of the boys that was murdered, and someone at the funeral was like, "I'm real sorry about your brother. They were good boys or whatever," and then he's immediately just like fucking like boo.
Yes, yeah.
And then the other guy's like, "You know who would put an end to this is the Klan." And they're like, "I thought the Klan was done." And he's like, "No. My friend said he knows a couple of guys a couple towns over."
Yeah.
So Kiefer Sutherland goes to meet with like this Klan connect,
Yeah.
like he's
the
buying
Klan plug,
like,
the racism plug.
Yeah. And fucking, and then it's what's that guy, Kurtwood Smith? The dad from
that
70s show.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "You did the right thing."
Red.
Right? And they're in like a factory with light coming through like a big industrial fan.
Yeah, the slur factory.
Yeah. Well, it's just this like empty industrial space. He's like, you did the right thing by coming to see me." And then he's like, the white man doesn't have a chance anymore now that they got the NAACP and the federal government on their side.
So true.
Or whatever. And then it's like, even I can't imagine the Klan in 1996 would be like, it's good that these guys raped like a 5-year-old girl.
Oh, was it a kid?
Yeah, they fucking these guys like raped and beat up like a 10-year-old.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
And then so the Klan doesn't exist, so Kiefer Sutherland, and then so Kurtwood is like, he's like, you can even start your own chapter in the town. He's like, if you can find 6 or 7 like-minded friends.
Yeah.
And then the next scene is Kiefer Sutherland handing out like basically like GameStop employment forms that just say like the Klan at the top, and it's like name, address,
Paper trail. That's
phone number.
definitely what you
right.
do in the fucking
And
terrorist
he's like,
organization.
just put down your information and the best number to call you back.
We need an emergency contact as well.
And then so
We
they
can't
set
get a
up
hold of you.
The Klan in this town where the Klan didn't exist. And then as the trial's happening, there's all these protesters and all the white people in the town are racist.
Yeah.
And then Sandra Bullock is, I mean, there's all this like bullshit that's
Sandra
happening.
Bullock's there.
She's this woman from Boston that like loves like capital. She hates the death penalty, so she wants to help McConaughey to get this guy off for the death penalty. But then the best part about the movie is like it kind of like masquerades as this like, lib like race, anti-racist exploitation kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at its core, it's this deeply conservative pro-death penalty movie.
Yeah.
To the extent that at one point, like, Matthew McConaughey's like, I don't see anything wrong with the death penalty. And Sandra Bullock was like, I thought you were a liberal. He's like, I am a liberal. I don't think that this man deserves to die, but we absolutely need the death penalty, and there needs to be more of it.
Yeah.
And to do that in like 1996 Hollywood, where every single movie was like, but like this poor man is falsely like there's Dead Man Walking. I think Green Mile is another one of them.
Definitely.
That was like a big thing in the 90s. Was
Yeah.
like the death penalty, anti-death penalty stuff. It was that in Tibet, but
Those were the two causes.
yeah.
Who?
Well, anyway, so they established a Klan in the town, and now the Klan has hundreds of members. And so they
Kiefer
keep.
Sutherland's good, dude. He's throwing good Klan mixers.
And the Klan attacks Matthew McConaughey's house 3 times. They keeps getting attacked.
Yeah.
So they ran out of things to happen in this movie. So I can't remember. The first time maybe they just burn a cross on his lawn. And then it's like there's no like extra security or anything that happens. Then they try to plant a bomb, and it's just up to Charles S. Dutton to like be like, "Give me the bomb, motherfucker!" And then after they attempt to bomb and kill the defense attorney, still there's nothing there, and eventually they do blow up and burn his house to the ground.
Is he in it?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just afterwards. He's like going through the rubble, and he's like, Oliver Platt's like, why don't you just drop the case? Or he's like,
Right.
go on vacation.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, right. And he's like, I'm looking for my dog. I'll just try and find my dog. Like just doing his like bullshit Matthew McConaughey
course.
thing. And so Sandra Bullock is like helping him. And then at one point the Klan kidnaps her and like ties her to a tree and sexually assaults her.
Jesus Christ.
And then she's in the hospital. But then at the end, they win the case, and it's her just like at the cookout smiling with a black eye. Like the best part about it is that they get this guy off, who, by the way, did murder those guys
Right.
and should face some kind of justice.
Yeah.
Not the death penalty, but like you can't go into a courthouse with a fucking illegal machine gun and murder people
Yeah.
before they even stood trial to see what happens.
Right.
And I mean, it's like the inverse of Death Wish, where there's this call for vigilantism, but directed at like admittedly evil, but some like poor, stupid. It is just like a rich liberal's fantasy of going down to the South and murdering poor white people.
There's certain poor
You
people that check off boxes that deserve to be murdered.
Right, to address some like racial thing that happened in their childhood that they feel bad about not doing more about.
Right.
Now that
Yeah,
they're like a
they're not
millionaire.
even the murderer. They're just the fucking lawyer who helps the guy who actually killed, who actually got revenge on these people.
I mean, it's all this insane bullshit. At one point, like the NAACP is like, this case is important, and like I forget the character, like Samuel. Let's call him Charles Chocolate Weather. Is
Charles Chocolate Weathers.
I think that's
Samuel
his name.
Jackson's character. He's his name.
Shuck it chocolate.
Yeah, his name's Hershey Nesquik. Mr. Hershey Nesquik. Anyway, so so they're like, it's very important that he gets off on this. And so they raise money and they get this like New York like big deal law firm that like specializes in capital murder cases. They're like, we're going to take over the case, you know. And Matthew McConaughey's like, absolutely not.
This is my case.
Yeah, and it's like, why? You're friends with this guy.
Yeah.
You would want him to have the best defense possible. You should be ecstatic that this giant law firm is like, let me defend him. And they like do some kind of weird finagling, and then fucking Samuel Jackson's on board. He's like, "This is my lawyer," and the head of the NAACP is like, "We raised all this money for you, not to give it to some fucking cracker."
Oh my god.
And then it's like
So they're triumphing against even black racism.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
It's Matthew McConaughey's like, look,
Yeah.
the death penalty's good, and black people can be
The
racist.
NAACP is kind of racist. in its own
NAACP
right.
racist against white people.
That's such a fucking stupid both sides kind of
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, totally.
It's like the answer
That's
is
some
what
Clinton shit for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
some fucking
That's-
Bill Clinton.
what we
Clinton
need
era
is
shit.
unhinged vigilantism directed at fucking like nightmare caricatures of fucking rednecks.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah.
That's the only solution to these problems.
Damn. That's awesome.
But yeah, the very best part is the final scene of the movie is Matthew McConaughey coming to Samuel L. Jackson's cookout, and he brings his daughter.
He literally
And
gets
Mike-
an invite to the cookout.
He gets an invite
It's
to
a
the
movie
cookout.
about a white guy getting invited to the
He gets an
cookout.
invite to the
What?
cookout, and then fucking
That's such a
and,
liberal
and
fantasy.
Sam Jackson like looks like he's like confused as to why the defense attorney that just got him off for murdering two guys in cold blood and also shooting a police officer to the extent that his like leg has to be removed.
Hell yeah.
Who was a guy?
That's the good part.
Who is a guy that he's friends with? Chris Cooper plays like the fucking bailiff who loses his leg, and then like Charles S. Dutton sneaks Samuel L. Jackson out of jail so he can go to the hospital room of the cop whose legs he shot off, so he can apologize to him in the middle of the night. And he's like, "I'm sorry for what I did, but I just had to do it."
Yep.
And then Chris Cooper doesn't say anything in a trial. He's like, "I would have done the same thing."
You really?
And he's like the state's witness, and the state like didn't ask him how he felt before, and they're like, "Yeah, just put him up there and let him."
Yeah.
And then Kevin Spacey's the prosecutor.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
Who keeps it like 3 or 4 times that there's multiple exchanges between the two of them where he's like, "Oh, isn't this boy just out of law school?" And then he's like, "I thought they taught you that in law school." Like they just did.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey's character is just incredibly underwritten and sort of like not addressed at all.
Yeah.
But then there's all this extra bullshit going on that's needless. Like the NAACP thing doesn't make it. Anyways, the final scene of the movie where he's like, he brings his daughter to play at the cookout. Like Samuel L. Jackson sort of looks and then looks back at him, and Matthew McConaughey goes, "I just thought our kids could play together."
Oh.
And,
Oh,
then,
that's
and then it
nice.
goes to credits like that, like
That's
MLK.
beautiful.
You remember?
That's what MLK wanted.
That was his dream.
That was his dream.
Boo.
I have a dream that one day a little black girl will be brutally raped by 2 rednecks, and a man with an illegal assault rifle will burst out of a janitor's closet before they can stand trial and murder them in cold blood and fuck up just some guy, just guy who works at the courthouse. Not even a real cop.
Yeah.
Just basically a fucking like
A mall cop.
an usher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A guy that like has a gun instead of a flashlight directing
Yeah.
people to their fucking seats will lose his leg.
Every once in a while, one of those guys does get fucked up in an escape. That's a wild.
A bailiff?
Yeah. Their gun gets stolen, all that kind of shit.
But every once in a while, they get to fuck the lady judge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on Judge Judy, she would famously get her pussy
She
sucked.
would
She would
get
get
it,
her pussy blown out
absolutely.
by that bailiff guy.
Oh, and he was
like,
he was a nice big stud.
Judy, you went there.
Yeah.
Oh, Judy.
Dude, that guy would wreck Judge Judy's pussy. I would
well,
love
he
to
used
watch
to get
that.
pussy off Judge Judy.
I would love to watch him just railing Judge Judith Schneidler or whatever
Just
the
some
fuck her name
type
is.
A Jewish woman that wants to have to like go to the emergency room after being fucked.
Oh yeah,
That's just what they're into.
100%.
No, kill me. I need to be killed.
I'm ready to end it.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I want my poussoir to be absolutely destroyed.
Destroy me.
She's-
Destroy me.
She's the, richest woman in the world.
Yeah.
She has, $500 million.
You think I could seduce her, get $100 million?
I would definitely fuck her old prolapsed pussy.
Dude, give me $1 million. I'll fuck Judge Judy.
I would
no
fuck
problem.
her for $10,000.
$10,000. Come on, dude.
That's
Judge-
a rainy day. $10,000 is fun.
Judge
I would
Nudie.
too, but you
I could-
gotta. You
I could
gotta.
go
You
to-
can't start the negotiation at 10. Of course,
I'm saying I would be willing to go as low as 10,000.
You don't want her. You don't want her to know. Now she knows.
I'm not going
that.
to tell her that. Oh, no,
She's-
I guess
she's on the
can
public
no one who's
record.
listening.
No one tells Judge Judy
Tell
how
Judith.
low Adam would go.
I would go
I should have
5,000.
taken. I should have paid more attention to that movie because it's like anytime I was just like on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anytime I'd look up, it was just fucking
Who's Ashley Judd? His wife?
his wife.
She's so hot.
Whose wife, who again is like, you know, she's like this like loving wife, and then halfway she's like, you got to just move on, you know, like drop the case or whatever. And then she comes back, and then she actually inspires the bullshit speech at the end of the movie.
Oh, the time to kill.
That's the only thing I remember from the movie is that the
clock
speech,
speech.
the fucking what clock speech?
Isn't it about time?
No, you're remembering a joke I did.
Oh, I thought I've never seen the movie.
No, no, he does like you know, he describes, he's like, I want you to close your eyes. And you imagine this little girl is like raped and abused, and you know they piss on her, and then they throw beer cans at her head, and you know just this like really
Awful.
gratuitous description of like them violently raping this girl. And he's like, "Now I want you to imagine that little girl is white." And then the jury's like,
And everyone's like, starts crying.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what happens. Which is. And again, the Klan didn't exist in this town.
Yeah.
It's like so they like I don't know, the way they have to like figure out how to get it to where the town is like these people are like in this like immediate like they're all mad about fucking General Sherman still.
Yeah.
You know, to like just not care at all that this girl was like murdered.
It's a child that got raped.
Yeah, it's a child that got raped, but also that's not what the trial is.
Right.
It's whether or not this guy committed murder
Right.
by mowing down these defendants with a machine gun before they could stand trial.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you're the prosecutor, you're going to be like, yes, what
Yeah.
these guys did was horrible.
It's a horrific crime.
But
Yeah.
we can't have lawless. Yeah, we can't just have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have 100% be.
They
your
weren't even acquitted
argument.
of the rape.
Right. It'd
They
be
were
different
just
if they were
on
acquitted.
trial for the rape.
But Kevin Spacey doesn't make that argument. He just says it's good to rape black girls.
He doesn't say anything other than like, didn't learn that in law school?
Yeah.
It's just all this, like-
He's doing Southern Kevin Spacey.
yeah, he's
too?
doing Frank.
Yeah.
Frank. What's his
Dusuck.
name? Frank Dusuck.
Frank Dusuck. I'd love a nice tall bottle of Frank
Before
Dusuck.
I deleted Instagram, I had a day where I went on the Frank Dusuck Instagram page
Oh yeah.
and commented, but what do Frank suck on all their on a bunch of their posts.
Maybe the best named brand of wine there is.
Yeah.
Frank Dusuck.
I like after a long hard day. I like relaxing to
Just sucking down some Frank.
Frank
a
Dusuck.
tall glass of Frank Dusuck.
Yeah, and then it's just like I just love that too that in the process of this trial, where they have this cookout and the happy ending. There's now been probably 15 other crimes committed
Yeah.
by the
Klan.
nascent Klan
Yeah.
that just popped up in the town, which is like, are they going to go away?
Yeah.
Because it seems things are much worse now than they were before.
It seems like Samuel L.
They-
Jackson started.
They
the Klan.
raped Sandra Bullock,
Yeah.
and she's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's some like rich lawyer lady.
Damn the Klan, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that was when they were just making movies. They're like, all right, who are the kinds of villains that no one could possibly have a problem with? Like,
Yeah.
it's complete. There's no complexity. It's like right
Uh-huh.
before all the anti-hero shit. It's like everyone is just the most evil. They're the Klan,
Yeah. The
Klan
and they rape.
or Chechen
and
terrorists.
or Russia. Yeah,
Yeah.
not even.
We should do that again. We should have a movie that's just Godzilla versus Louisiana swamp racism. Yeah. Alien versus some guy with 3 teeth
Yeah.
named Pierre Saint Cuck that uses the N-word casually
Yeah.
at Circle K.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a fun movie going experience.
That would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
But
about
honestly, the reason I put it on is because I do miss that shit. I miss watching a movie and just having my eyes glaze over.
looking at
Just
your
being like,
phone.
no, not looking at my phone. Like the way it used to be, where you would go see just a piece of shit movie in the theater.
Because
and
it
you're
was
like, well,
the movie.
it's 2 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Time to go to McDonald's and then go to sleep.
Time to go to McDonald's and maybe get 17 minutes of dial-up internet
Mm-hmm.
and slowly download a picture of Trish Stratus where you can see her nipples, but not her whole breasts.
Mm-hmm.
I jacked off to one picture of Trish Stratus, like wet t-shirting,
Hard through a shirt.
so many times.
I do
would
miss-
re-download it. I would print it sometimes.
I do miss the sound of those modems.
Yeah. It was satisfying.
It's weird because it's like I don't understand why we needed to hear that.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like that could have happened internally. I don't understand. There's no reason for
What
a
was
modem to have a
making that-
speaker.
Yeah, what was making
Right?
that sound?
Did it have a speaker?
They had a speaker that would make that noise, but it's from I think like the olden times where you used to have to like put the phone on the modem and the modem would like talk to the connection or something.
Weird.
I don't think
Yeah.
like there's no reason for a modem to other than to signal that it is like
Working.
making that weird noise.
That noise made my dick hard, though.
It's like it's speaking a computer
Well, it
language
made
to
you
another
like,
computer.
yeah, it made you anticipate getting online.
going on Playboy.com.
Yeah, sex.com.
It is
White
very
House.
funny.
Remember WhiteHouse.org or whatever?
WhiteHouse.org.
It is funny to imagine like
Sick.
1998, a father with like a sex addiction, like excusing himself from the table and going in the other room, and then you just hear that noise.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing work emails.
I'm on the phone with a computer.
I'm freaking.
Although I feel like I'm forgetting how AOL worked. I don't even think you went directly to websites, right? You had to search through their search engine.
No, they
never
had
had
a
AOL.
browser, and then they had like a social function.
But they had like
a chat function.
they had like it was weird. It was a weird way to. You never had AOL.
It was
Either
very
Bell
roundabout.
Atlantic dial-up or Earthlink, or like it was just always different. Like
Yeah, there was just you had to navigate through the AOL interface to get to
Yeah.
websites.
Yeah,
It wasn't that simple.
yeah.
So they were really the gatekeepers of the internet. But thank God.
And then they had chat rooms where you can like.
I was never a
people
chat
would,
room guy.
But people would share like people
Right.
would like spam it with porn stuff, so you can.
Right.
If you're
Everyone could jack off
a
together.
child looking for porn stuff, you know that there was going to be bots in the chat rooms
Yeah.
spamming for porn
I was-
stuff.
I
And
was-
or viruses.
I will give my parents some credit. They scared me about being molested so much on the internet that I was like, my mom. It was literally like, if you go to a chat room, you will be molested.
Yeah.
It was like one. It was like that. Like the
that's a
second.
big part of Greek culture is
Yeah.
being molested.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So
it is.
little did she know,
No,
she
it's
was
not.
inspiring.
I
her
was.
young
I did
son.
not go to chat rooms. I was telling a
Stav
story
actually
about how I
got
didn't-
fat because he would just ate candy all the time, hoping that it would lead to a pedophile. He's like, if I keep accepting candy,
That would be funny. Just the fattest kid got fucked the most.
Yeah.
He was just like eating all this candy.
What did you make of the story Hansel and Gretel as a child?
I honestly,
The concept of a cookie trail.
it was a
They
great
made that
story.
story
Exciting.
today. It would be called Cancel and Gretel.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that's right.
And it would be about some Chinese bitch
Yes.
that talks like a rapper.
So true.
That's true.
And Gretel would be, I guess, something else.
so
All
fucking
right.
Yeah.
That's
so fucking true,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it would be today.
I don't know. He'd be some other guy.
Some fucking other guy.
That's the world we live in. About.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, I got my finger on the whatever it is.
Dude, honestly, Hansel and Gretel, I was jealous, no joke.
Yeah, and then the house
Because
was
it
made out of
ended.
cookies.
It ended. Now, if they had gotten eaten, honestly, Hansel and Gretel might have been a big turning point in my life. Because the lesson it taught me is
If
you
they
get
got
fat
their
as shit,
comeuppance.
and you get,
Yeah.
and then you get revenge on this bitch, and you get to eat her whole candy house afterwards.
Her house is made out of
Remember,
candy.
I remember as a
Or
kid.
did they eat her?
I remember as a
They
kid.
threw her in the oven, right?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, if you give a mouse a cookie, just being like, "Damn, I want a fucking cookie."
I know.
Yeah.
I did not get that at all. I was like, I want some jam too.
I want cookie. I want all the things the mouse gets.
Yeah, fuck the mouse.
No, but for real, if Hansel and Gretel if Hansel
They got murdered by
got
that bitch.
got
Do you
murdered,
remember that book that was like the old lady that ate a fly?
There was an old lady who lived in a shoe or some shit.
Yeah, she ate a fly, and then she has to eat a spider to eat the fly.
Yeah.
And then a cat to eat the spider, and then she just gets fat as shit.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And it's like, what? This is the worst story anyone's ever
It doesn't
told.
make any sense.
Yeah, it's not an allegory for anything. It's
well,
just
who was
like,
the bitch that lived in her shoe with her?
that's why you don't
kids?
eat bugs.
She had like 12 kids.
Yeah,
Mhm.
She just can't. She couldn't stop
she was
getting
getting
fucked.
raw dogged.
Yeah,
and
then going back to the shoe.
Going back to the shoe.
That's some depressing.
And there was
shit.
There was
no
an old
husband.
lady who
There
lives
was-
in a shoe who had too many kids, and you should feel bad for her. But guess what? She's racist.
Oh yeah.
So she actually deserves to be
Good.
gunned down.
back to
Fuck
the
her.
shoe, bitch.
Yeah.
Back to your fucking racist.
Back to the shoe.
But that's what I'm wondering. The old lady who lived in the shoe, where was her husband? Was she a fucking
That's
slut?
sad. It's sad. Yeah, no, she was getting turned out. on
Maybe
these
she was a
streets.
welfare queen.
Oh, that's right. Just living off the government in her shoe.
Getting kid after kid for more checks.
They're really reopening all the schools in New York, but isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's like June right now.
Yeah.
It's May. It's April.
So they'll reopen for the last 2 months of school.
What month is it right now?
It is
It's
April.
April.
Or May? It's
April 12th.
And is that summer?
It's not
April,
quite
spring.
summer.
In New York, April's still cold.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's been nice.
I couldn't.
It's always
like
raining
They're reopening school, and
on
they're
their
going to be back
birthday.
for what? 3 days?
I
And
think
then they get
2
out?
months.
2 months?
They get out
Okay.
late in New York.
Do they?
In the South, they get out much early
When
because
do
they
they
have to
get
go
out
to
in
the
New York?
farm.
Yeah.
They get out in like June.
That's not late. That's right when it fucking
No,
is.
like kids in
That's why people in the South are dumb, is because their summer starts, earlier. It
Less
gets hot
school.
out, so they cancel. The school ends in February and it starts back up in,
Mhm.
in December.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, they have 2.5 months of school
Mhm.
in Texas.
Mhm.
That would be fucking awesome.
Hmm. Well, it's just to keep the taxes low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love that, dude. If there was a place that had, like, not bad schools, but very lazy schools, I would
Mm.
raise my children there.
Yep.
Because as a parent, you want to give your kid the
worst.
best life possible.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to choose.
From the beginning, you want them to have as much pleasure nonstop as possible.
So I'm going to get my kid condoms.
Right.
Well, then you're giving them a bad life, dude.
Yeah, right.
'Cause
No
only
condoms.
fucking losers wear condoms.
Yeah. Now, if I catch my son with condoms, I'm gonna
I'm
make
gonna
him
be
fuck
pissed
fuck
off.
the wife and the family for
Yep.
no condoms.
A whole pack. I'm gonna fuck him in the ass with a whole pack of condoms. I'm gonna put all 12 on my dick and fuck my son in the ass.
He's gonna have to suck me
teach-
off
Uh-huh.
12 times.
Yeah, he'll learn.
You're gonna have to fuck the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to fuck your dog and then put it down.
There's a lot of different lessons with the condoms that could be taken for sure.
To kill
Yeah.
You're gonna have to kill the dog for wearing a condom.
And
you fucking loser.
your kid's crying and raw from having to fuck his own dog to death, and you're like, "Here you go, here's a cigarette."
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking feels
Yeah,
good. doesn't it?
that's cool, right?
Suck that down.
welcome to bars. Welcome to hanging out in bars.
All right, you just
Guess
learned
what,
your
son?
first lesson.
Guess
Yeah.
what, son? You're a man now.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Welcome to the man cave.
What would you do
We're
if-
watching Diagnosis Murder?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What would you do if your son loved school? If you
Mhm.
gave birth to a fucking nerd?
I would also love that in my daughter's bedroom. So you get your daughter a bedroom right in the house.
Sure.
And then it's, she gets her own phone in there or whatever she wants. But then in the smack dab in the middle of the room, you frame up another room that takes up most of the room except for like the perimeter that barely has enough room for her bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put a door in it, no windows, blacked out walls, and then it says the man cave, no girls allowed, neon sign. And that's where all your gaming stuff is.
Right.
You watch the game.
So you
have to go. You enter her room to enter the man cave, which takes up most of the room.
most
in
of
the
her
center.
room. Yeah.
And most of the room in the center.
So
of
she's
the
got
room.
she's got basically like
She has to squeeze in between the walls because
Yeah.
there's only maybe it's like a fucking
4 feet.
It's a 15 foot by 15 foot room, and then the man cave is in the middle, and that's probably I'd say 10 feet by 12
10 by
feet.
12. yeah.
And biased towards the door, so she has to like kind of like slide around.
So
the-
she's got a twin bed.
yes, and then
pushed
back
up
there,
against the wall.
it's way back, behind the man cave room, and then back there she's got her bed and maybe a couple of bras or whatever. The
Yeah,
fuck.
and that's
Yeah,
to
her-
keep
her-
tabs on her. Or
Her little
that's
Joan
just-
Didion books, whatever dumb bitch shit she's doing.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of shit.
Meanwhile, I
Who's
don't
Joan Didion? She wrote Super Fudge.
She wrote
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
Fudge.
She wrote Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing.
She wrote it, Anne Frank's Diary.
Anne Frank's Diary. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anne Frank's diary about getting horny.
Yeah. Anne Frank's.
Mm-hmm. From what I understand, that's most of the book.
Yeah.
Never read it, but that's what I understand.
Yeah, she's jacking off most of that book.
Yeah.
That's how they got caught by the Nazis, because she was
Her vibrator was going on.
She was clicking. I remember having to
clicking
read
the mouse
Anne Frank's
12 to
diary.
15 times a day.
I had to read Anne Frank. Everyone had to read Anne Frank's diary.
I didn't.
And then it's like,
We
but
had to read
I
it.
remember just like there's a lot of books that I think I've read because they were assigned reading that I definitely
That you
just skimmed.
didn't.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
skimmed
yeah.
through.
Maybe I had to read it and I just didn't. Too.
And so in my memory, like there's been times where I thought the book contained oh, hold on, diary, somebody's at the door.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
thinking that she wrote it like,
was like a
the
Nick-
Nazis are here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, but there's no way that's in there. The book just stops and like
ends.
today we had a nice lunch and
And then she never got back to the diary.
yeah, like I've in my dumb brain has made the last pages of the book being like,
Please.
we're outside right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's the Nazis.
Yeah, the Nazis are outside. Goodbye, diary. It's time for me to go die in the gas chambers. The end.
You know what? That sucked. I forgot she got caught. Now I'm sad.
Yeah. I think her dad was the only one that lived.
Mhm.
And then he kept the diary.
Real Prince Philip kind of guy. The dad
Classic Prince Philip.
just being like
You're accusing
Nazi.
Anne Frank's dad.
He comes home. He's got like a bag full of bread. He's on his way to Secret Annex. He sees all the Nazi police tape that says like Nazis don't cross or whatever.
Mhm.
And he's like, what's going on here? They're like, do you live in here? And he's like, no. I heard some kike noises from up here though. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy buying.
I heard a
some,
dreidel in the attic. I
buying
think.
some bread, and they're like, "Why do you have a menorah in your grocery bag?" He's like, "Oh, this I thought it was a back scratcher."
Yeah. They're like, very good. Move along.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you for the tip.
I'm
Yeah.
just a regular
what is
Amsterdam
what
guy.
is that over there? They're like, I guess it's some horny diary of some sort. And he's like, do you mind if I beat off to that? I've got a hankering for some jacking off. I figured maybe I could have that book.
Damn, her dad lived. Huh?
I think so. I might be wrong.
And he was like, I could sell this for millions.
I would love. This is gonna be my ticket.
I've been trying to steal her diary for years.
Now I can know what she's saying about
Now
me,
we can look in we're gonna read a diary.
and
then
everyone's gonna know.
and then we're gonna make money off of it. Thank you, Hitler.
Yeah, so
maybe
that's
I'm wrong.
I think that's what happened
Maybe
in that
maybe
book.
I've besmirched this good man's name.
Who, Frank Ann?
Frank
yeah,
Ann.
Old Frank.
Frank would be a good name.
Yeah, he was a black comedian.
Frank do suck.
Yeah, Frank. You suck.
Frank.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to go. During the regular times. When things get back to normal, to go to Amsterdam, get
Oh yeah, this guy
Yeah, real
could have
quick.
totally played off being
Yeah.
Otto Frank.
Otto Frank.
Yeah,
Otto
yeah.
Frank.
Like,
Look
what
at
is your name? And he's like, Otto Frank. And they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Otto von
he
Schnitzel
died. Right,
Frank.
he
This-
died in 1980. So
Yeah.
he
But
made
did he?
it.
This
But he
checks
was in the camp. Like he survived the camps, right? Or he escaped. What did he do?
He's the sole member of the family to survive the Holocaust. He inherited Anne's manuscripts after her death, arranged for the publication of her diary in 1947.
But did he get caught by it? Like what happened?
Did he masturbate to her diary? Is that in
And
there?
apparently, it says on Wikipedia he never beat off. But why would they put that in?
Yeah.
If he did,
That
if
sounds
he
like his estate.
They shouldn't say that.
because it makes it
it's kinda-
sound like
yeah.
he did for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, it just certainly doesn't deny it.
Yeah, that's true.
He was imprisoned in Amsterdam after they got caught, and they were sent to a
Yeah.
Dutch
He typed out the diary into a single manuscript, editing out sections he thought too personal to his family or too mundane to be of interest to the general reader.
They went to Auschwitz.
Chapter 3, being molested by my dad. That'd be a fun movie, dude. I mean, you could never get it made, but just Anne Frank, just flashbacks.
I don't know if it would be fun.
That would be a really funny movie.
I mean, no, you get like Will Ferrell to play the
Yeah.
dad. And he's like, yeah, a really good book that my daughter wrote. They're like, hey, Otto, what are all these missing pages? He's like, I'm an elf. It's Christmas.
That's good.
They're like, yeah, you are.
Or maybe you could do National Lampoon's Anne Frank's Diary.
Yeah.
You know, just something to chew on.
Mm-hmm.
Bam, 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 bam. That song's in there. Bam, bam,
Well, Adam's song kind of is about Anne Frank's diary.
Yeah.
The end song.
Is that the one where the guy kills
Close
himself?
the door, board it up.
I'm gay now.
Remember the time I spilled the cum.
I jacked my dick until it came, and everybody got mad at me.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite song.
The bit here is it's that song, but it's gay.
But it's good.
Close my ass, board it up.
I'm tired
Remember
of
the
getting-
time I sucked a cock in the hall by the stairs. Please don't tell Mom I'm gay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
You take that, blink, FAG.
Yep. Blink 1.82 inches.
Yeah, blink
My favorite band.
one beady off.
Dude, come on. I know you're joking.
Blink. Number one band, dude.
Imagine. Oh, man.
Number one band.
It is so funny that
I
there's
do-
like 37-year-old guys who are like, that's my favorite band.
I do. Like, I love
Which
them.
they
When I was
exist.
in middle
They
school.
exist now, and Adam is them, and Adam's 37. But when Adam was 12,
Yeah.
they were all like 45 years old.
Right.
So all those Blink-182 guys are in their late 70s.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
75-year-old men.
Yeah.
I
go over.
realize
I
that.
go over the senior center, and we listen to Cheshire Cat and Buddha and Dude Ranch.
It is very
all
funny
the
to
early records
imagine-
before
I don't-
Travis
I don't
joined
even
the
know
band.
those. I didn't even know you.
yeah.
Really?
Imagine
Yeah,
a
yeah.
guy in a nursing home with an askew trucker hat and those like big leather bracelet
That's
watches.
literally going to happen. Goddamn.
It's so funny. It's funny that like
I think I'm just gonna start dressing like an old man. I mean, that seems more
millennials are like
respectable.
49 years old at this point.
yeah, you're one
Yeah.
of them.
We're
Not
old.
me.
dude.
We're old, yeah.
I'm an old person,
Yeah.
I'm youthful.
which I like it. I think I'm going deaf too.
I'm the youngest one of all three of us.
I've been catching
I'm the
myself.
I'm the baby of the
I've been
group.
catching myself
Yeah.
screaming lately,
Really?
like in regular conversation, talking to people.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
like not
Yeah.
being able to regulate your volume?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so embarrassing.
I know.
Ugh.
My dick is small.
We should.
It can't get hard. I wanted to get sucked by guys.
So really, Travis wasn't in the band, huh?
Travis was in, I believe, the Aquabats.
I'm a
the ska band.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
who I was also a big fan of.
See,
Who, in retrospect, is a very embarrassing band to be a fan of.
yeah, for sure.
They were a band that wore costumes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he got the writing credit for Anne Frank's book.
Oh, nice, dude.
oh,
Yeah.
Frank.
He was, Frank was the first
or
one.
Otto
To,
von Frank.
Mhm.
yeah.
Wait, hold on. Anne Frank died of typhus
In Auschwitz?
in a concentration camp, but it wasn't. I mean, this is sort of
Okay,
like
so that's...
this is sort of a George Floyd situation.
yeah, so
No,
that we're
it's-
blaming...
hold on,
we're
no.
blaming... So,
No, it is
Oh, well, hold on,
no.
Yeah, because all we've heard is that Anne Frank was
Nazis killed
quote
her.
unquote killed by the Nazis, but I didn't know
no.
that she had asthma.
There's
And
no
I think
way.
it's important.
We are not calling it that.
yeah.
I think it's important before you want to.
she was on drugs.
Before you want to
too.
blame the Nazis for the death of Anne Frank, maybe this can be instruct us
She
as
had
to what's happening
fentanyl.
in the George Floyd situation here. Because if you think,
Your Honor.
if you think, that,
George.
if you,
Anne Frank.
you think the police killed George Floyd? Well, you better be ready to say that the Nazis killed Anne Frank then.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
you
true.
are?
Oh,
You instantly are without even 1 second of
Well,
hesitation.
hold on. Did I tell you that the father might have been molesting her?
Well, I
we
you
get to that part of the trial yet.
Yeah. You have to...
Well,
You're
my
like,
evidence? Well, his name was Otto. He looked kind of mean.
You know, be a funnier ending to the A Time to Kill, where Matthew McConaughey's like, you know, he's like, and they take off or they rip off her clothes, and they throw beer cans at her pussy and shove beer cans in there. And so her little pussy is so fucked up that it's squirting out blood that makes her dick's even harder. And then they slap her across the face. The whole regular speech.
Yeah. yeah.
And then they piss in her pussy.
Yeah.
And then he's like, now imagine that little girl was white. And then the jury's still sitting there, and he's like, And the guys who did it were black. And then like, oh, and the whole thing's reversed. Imagine
that.
Imagine now. Then it was a couple of big swinging players.
Imagine they were having a little bit of a players' ball. If you know what I'm talking about.
Dude, this first edition of Anne Frank's Diary looks sick.
Wow, it's beautiful.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Damn,
we're talking about the font.
Yeah, well, the font, but also it's this like kind of black. It's got like a very like sort of like gothic metal theme.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Well, that's what it kind of was.
And I was jacking off. I lived in the secret room where I learned how my pussy worked. Here the Nazis came, and they were just following the rules.
No,
It was my typhus that killed me, and it can't be argued that I got typhus at the camp because it could have been from a lot of places. And in fact, typhus was endemic at that point in time, so you could make the argument that by relegating me to an annex room, I created a sort of implied lockdown and protected me from typhus for a very long time. And in a roundabout way, the Nazis kind of protected Anne Frank. And this in the same way the police protected George Floyd from himself.
Yes.
No, whoever that. I guess Anne. No.
Okay, we're gonna take a 15-minute recess. If the defense attorney would like to return to his normal
you recorded
speaking voice.
Sorry, that
I'm
was.
gonna play a song. I would like to play. Give me a second here. I recorded this. There's some friends of mine I met at Texas Bar and Grill. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the band King Diamond. But this is sort of a riff going off of some of his work.
We'll sort of clarify and summarize the points I've been trying to make this whole trial.
You see, I've been searching for the lost third chapter of the Anne Frank book, which talks about her dad molesting her, and how thankful she was for the Nazis for hiding her from the typhus that was outside.
He's just solid. He's just pressing play on a boombox and just standing there solemnly, but smugly, like, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's they're calling it the worst song of all time. Derek Chauvin's attorney. Oh God!
It's a team. It's that guy and the black guy.
I was just clicking around on Wikipedia after reading the Otto Frank article. I found this guy Henri von Prague. Who's this? I mean, I guess it's more of a visual bit, but imagine it's like Henri von Pog. And he just says a big fat ass.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
This guy.
Who is this guy?
This guy with a big juicy ass. He's he's
them?
lecturing in Vienna and like clapping his cheeks and twerking.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You guys just look up what is his name?
Henri von Prague.
Yeah. Just
What
look
did he
that
do?
guy up. Yeah. Who is he?
Sorry, just got a business text.
What is it?
The guy offered $40 for Nick to suck his dick.
Yeah, that's an offer.
That's
I can't
business.
refuse. It's a very decent proposal. I don't know. He found founder of the University of Lugano.
Lugano.
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't know.
What about the University of Lukango?
I'm done learning shit that has to do with like books or.
Amen.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just gonna dial in my knowledge of UPN's 1998 lineup.
And you're one of the foremost scholars in that. I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly.
How many people do you think in the world know more about that than you?
No one.
No one.
No, certainly not any comedians. I'm definitely the most intelligent comedian in the world when it comes to this one thing.
The UPN lineup.
That's pretty cool because comics are pretty smart people.
They're very
Oh,
smart
yeah.
people, dude.
And some would say philosophers.
Yeah. Someone
They're
would
real
say
smart.
just intellectuals, really.
Yeah.
Intellectuals.
Public intellectuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a private intellectual.
Me too.
I only say smart shit when you suck
I'm
my dick.
a privates intellectual. I know a shit ton about pussies.
Damn, that's good.
Maybe I can make fuck to your privates.
I am a private intellectual.
Why don't you show me your privates?
Show me your pussy.
He's a pedophile.
Why don't we go back to my place and I can see a bathing suit area?
It's better than imagining him saying that to a grown woman.
That's so funny.
Maybe I can touch you in your bathing suit.
Let me see your privates.
Let me see your privates.
I want you to lick your privates.
Let me see your privates.
Hell yeah, I'm asking girls to suck their privates. Let me put your privates in my mouth.
You know, I was thinking the other day I was watching Repo Man, and did anyone ever
Great
think
flick.
to call Charlie Sheen Emilio Estevez?
Oh, that's
No,
good.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
I wish
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back in time and give that
Emilio STD.
joke. Was Nikki Glazer on the Charlie Sheen roast?
Probably.
Well,
Somebody was.
then I could have gotten that joke on.
Yeah.
She's the only person that takes roast jokes from me.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them are like, I don't know who you are. I'm like, I got drunk and I called you the N-word at
Remember?
the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, back in the day, we started together.
Yeah.
You were on stage. I was drunk, calling you the N-word.
Yeah. I
We
was hanging
started
out,
our
yeah.
careers.
I was hanging out with Kurt that night he was overdosing. I came by, I was drunk.
Remember, I was the guy, the little guy. He fucked
I sat
up.
down at the table and I ate some of Jerry Seinfeld's wings and I tuned him out when he started asking who I was. It's me, that guy. Anyways, I'm working on this bit about Anne Frank, and there's like a metal song. I want to know what you thought of it.
Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Mhm.
Listen, hear me out here.
Well, folks, it's been another
Episode.
weekend of Cumtown. And
Wow.
we want to thank you for hanging out with us through the pandemic. We know a lot of people are going to stop listening to the show now that you can go back to your life, everybody's normal life.
Getting a lot of pussy.
I think actually just New York is all vaccinated. I think a lot of people still are living in the pandemic.
I think it's going to be years.
Mm-hmm.
But New York will.
But
will-
listen, we'll be on tour.
We're
I'm
in the
coming
future.
soon.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of dates to announce, and see you guys soon. And
Bye.
Bye.